head for the solution consulting. I have with me our principal consultant, Mr. Satish Manoharan. He leads the practice of supply chain management of Dynamics 365. We'll be going through this session in almost 1.5 hours, and then we'll be taking up your questions. And thank you for joining in. I hope this particular session will be knowledgeable and fruitful for you. Quickly going through the agenda of today's event, we'll just introduce ourselves as a company, the Solution Consulting, and we'll discuss a little bit about what is our approach that we take for digital transformation, what transformations has happened across supply chain management, and then we'll go deep dive into Microsoft Dynamics 365 supply chain modules, and then post that in last half an hour, we'll take up your questions. So these are the past sessions we have done. This is our 8th webinar, and we have done one joint event with Microsoft as well. We started this journey in 1.5 years back. Last year, we did 6 webinars, primarily covering all the major modules of Microsoft Dynamics 365. That is finance, supply chain management, human resources and payroll management, project management, project operations. And this year, we also have started again with finance and supply chain management, whatever that we could not cover in our first sessions, and what improvement has happened in Microsoft Dynamics 365 domain. We are covering in these sessions. If you have not seen our previous sessions, um, uh, our colleague Anjana will put a link of our video library page where you can access all our previous webinar videos and go through all the module specific content of Microsoft Dynamics 365. Okay, so our company name is The Solution Consulting. We are a Microsoft Dynamics Gold implementation partner. We have been in this particular business for almost 8 years now. And our growth journey in these 8 years have been remarkable. We just started with 10-15 members, and we have built a 130 plus member team in just 7 years. Almost all the projects, we have delivered close to 100 plus projects, worked with 75 plus companies across Middle East, some African region, plus some projects in UK as well. And we are proud to say that all the projects we have successfully delivered, and majority of our clients, we are still providing them support and maintenance. Our offices, we are headquartered in Dubai. We have our delivery centers in Kochi and Hyderabad in India, and we have just started our operations in Riyadh as well. In terms of the kind of services that we provide any kind of IT consultation, end-to-end implementation, any third-party integration, any kind of customization that you want on top of Microsoft Dynamics, support and maintenance, annual support and maintenance, and any kind of analytics services that you require. We are a complete Microsoft shop, so all the solutions under the Microsoft Dynamics 365 umbrella will be able to cater you with. We are an ISO certified company, and we have worked with 75 plus clients and almost all the industries we have covered. We have a very good expertise in retail, healthcare, manufacturing, oil and gas sector, real estate, education sector, money exchanges. We have built a deep capability in these sectors as well. A core principle that we follow, that we not just build partnerships, but we build partnerships which foster lasting relationships. And that has helped us in catering to our clients, which has helped us to maintain a successful project delivery rate of 100%, and majority of our clients are still working with us. This is the primary process, or you can say methodology, that we follow for digital transformation. Uh, we always, as a IT consulting company, we always discuss more about the tip of the iceberg, that is infrastructure and the application part. But our core methodology over here is that we not just solve your technology problems, but we solve your business problems through technology. And beneath the surface, there are two key important uh, 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 factors, which is one is your business process, your business model. We help you to adopt changes that will position you to grow and prepare against uncertainties. And we would try to imbibe a culture of a data-centric organization where data and information will be at the forefront of every function. All the stakeholders will be making data-driven decisions uh, in their daily work. So that kind of uh, culture we try to inculcate in the companies that we serve. Well, these are the transformations that has happened an year back, but since then, there are a lot of features, functionalities that have been released, evolved, and new use cases have been developed across inventory and logistics, warehouse management, advanced warehouse management, production management, import process, which uses the feature of landed cost, master planning module, asset management, and all these modules in last 12 months we have implemented for multiple different industries across the GCC region. You can see in last 12 months, we have worked with a perfume manufacturer and retailer. We have worked with electronic retailer and distributors. We have worked with pharmacies. We have worked with FMCG companies. We have worked with big conglomerates as well, which are into education and healthcare sector. We have worked with marine technologies, real estate sector. So in terms of implementing supply chain and building and integrating it with their process, we have covered majority of the industries in our 7 years of experience. And in last 12 months, we had immense experience in implementing across different sectors. Well, this is uh, as you have heard about Microsoft launching Copilot and integrating it with their business applications and cloud infrastructure. Some of the use cases are still in work in progress, and some of them have been released. More on that, our technical consultant will be able to help you with. But with AI-led AI being integrated with ERP solutions, the ERP solutions are going to become intelligent and autonomous. We are going to run just a quick poll just to understand the segmentation of our audience today with respect to the knowledge that they have of Dynamics 365. So Anjana, if you can just run that poll and let me know the result, it will help our consultant to structure the content that ways.
Yes, Anshul, the poll is up. I request all of you to choose an option that best suits you. I hope all of you can see the poll. Anshul, so far we
Yeah.
have around 70 responses, and
Mm-hmm.
59% of them are already they've already implemented and are
Mm-hmm.
using some version of Dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
21% of them are just casually exploring, and 12%
Okay.
of them are looking to implement Dynamics 365, and
Okay.
9% of them have not heard.
Okay. Got it. Uh, Thank you for responding to our poll. Now I'll request our principal consultant, Mr. Satish Manoran, who leads our supply chain practice, to take you through Microsoft Dynamics 365 supply chain modules, different modules under it. And in case you have any questions, you can always put your questions in the chat box. Our other consultants will be answering your questions, and post uh, our event, we will have a half an hour session of question and answer where we will unmute you and you can ask your question and directly get answers from our experts. Satish, over to you.
Thanks, Anshul. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, let's start the session. Um, I hope everyone can see the screen.
Yes, Satish.
So, welcome to our 8th webinar session, wherein how to master your supply chain with Dynamics 365. As per the poll, almost the majority of the people are well aware of D365 and who has already implemented, and remaining at least a few audience remaining for other 50% of the people who are not aware of D365 application. We would like to give a small the introduction about the application, and then we will get into the modules of the supply chain in D365. So the agenda for today is like how an overview of D365 application in the look and feel, and what are the user interfaces which will help you for your the easy business operations, and the modules what are all we are would like to see in a high level is the product information management module, and the procurement and sourcing, and inventory management, sales, and enhanced supply chain. The production and manufacturing is also a part of a supply chain, but we intend to take a depth manufacturing session alone in next webinar, which we are planning forward. So I'm not considering the manufacturing concepts in the supply chain. So let's get into D365 user interface. So here in D365 application, there is a concept called workspace and feature management. What does workspace means? In our traditional ERP, where the on-prem applications which we have, they have a certain application which you want to install a client in your system, and you need to go with your standard way of going into your navigation by remembering the path on so and so, which is very traditional in the olden days. But now the D365 has in the cloud basis, and it is a web URL wherein it will directly authenticate with your Office 365 Active Directory ID. And then once you log in, and this is how the look and feel will be. So it's a web-based application, and these are the areas which you look like a tile. This is called workspaces. So Microsoft itself has introduced several workspaces based upon the role who is going to handle in the organization. For example, for the cash and bank team, they have a bank management workspace. For the purchase team, they have a purchase order confirmation or approval, and purchase receiving clerk, sales order. So every role of every department has their own workspaces, and add on to that, you can able to customize your own views or own personalization based upon your day-to-day activities. For example, this is a small example of a purchase order receiving clerk, wherein his job in the warehouse wants to just check what are all the receipts, or which are all the purchase order which is about to deliver and which is delayed, and who are all the vendors, what are the purchase order numbers. And so he can have a quick snapshot on a day-to-day activity rather than going into a traditional way of taking some reports and etc etc. So this is the way of the user interface which you get, and you can customize yourself and keep your hyperlinks on your own workspaces. You can customize and you can create your own workspaces based upon your day-to-day activities. Just a quickly, he can able to inquire what is the open purchase order lines, which is a report kind of, and he can process a GRN in the same screen. So in a single screen, he can able to do actions and inquiries and also reporting. So you can able to personalize yourself based upon your needs. So this is how quick steps to show how you can able to personalize your workspace. Currently, I'm in a, let's say, in a sale order form, wherein I want to see what are all the sales orders which is in open status, and what are all the number of count of my sale order. Just I want to see in a quick snapshot day-to-day activity. So you can go to the main sales order screen, filter the records what you would like to, and click on the options and then personalize yourself and add the particular workspace into your tile. And then you can select the number of count and what size of tile you would like to see in the purchase in the sales tile, and automatically it will be added to your tile, and you can able to see the wave of data and actions what you want to take in a day-to-day basis. That's how the feature, I mean the workspace is about. Next is feature management. Uh, I mean, most of the clients are using your old, maybe AX 2012 older versions, R3 or other versions. But in D365 cloud application, you have the Microsoft itself has introduced feature management, wherein they release a new functionalities or new enhancements on the region specific, or it can be any module specific or any enhancements in the existing module, and they keep upgrading themselves on your day-to-day basis. Wherein the older time, you need a technical team or you need someone to upgrade your system from one version to another. But now in D365 there is no hassle or anything in the upgrade of your version. So by default system will get upgraded within in 2 months of your time after any new releases has been provided by the Microsoft. So what are all the new features, what are all the previews available, all you can able to see in the workspace of feature management, and you can enable it if this suits your business requirement, and you can able to use the functionality right away after your enabling the features in the feature management. So for example, when the landed cost module, which was a new module which was introduced by the Microsoft. So if I want to enable it, you can enable it right away, and you can able to start using the landed cost module, or so and so, like any modules which are all released by the Microsoft, you can able to activate if it suits your business requirements. Okay, so this is an overview of Microsoft, and it has its own lots of the advantages and merits which we cannot able to cover due to the time constraint. So let me directly go into the supply chain modules. What helps you to increase your business operations effectively by using the D365 supply chain modules. So now we are talking about the product information management, which a product team will be there where any type of industry, it can be service industry, it can be trading, it can be manufacturing, any industry, there will be there will be an SKU master, which is your item master, and items are classified into different ways and based upon the different business. So there are certain terminologies which in D365 that is called products. Second is product master. Third is product variant, and what released products and category hierarchy and attributes. So what is products? So this is the product information management module, wherein it's like a kind of an any R&D department, product team department. They will be closely working in this product information management to create new products or any products which is in the R&D. All type of the products or items will be created in this particular module. Okay, and it has its so as since it's a manufacturing as well, you can see bill of material can be created, route can be created, all type of the preliminary setups of a product will be dealt in the particular module. Now, what is a product? A product is nothing but it's a single SKU which it does not have a variant as such. Let's suppose any chemical industry, if you take like any a chemical component or any item, that will be a product, a simple example which I'm talking about. Whereas product master, the perfect example could be your apparel industry. The perfect example for the apparel is that let's say any garments like t-shirt, it has size, it has color, it has type, which is a V-neck or round neck. So one product or one SKU has a multiple dimensions wherein you don't want to create all all type of combination as an item number, but it just creates one product. But you can have n number of combinations of your variants, which will be as called as a product master. So I can have a size and color as a combination. I can have size, color, and type as a config. I mean, this thing, same way it is applicable for your electronic industry. A TV, a TV can have a configuration, it can have a screen size, and it can have a color. So any type of these type of combination of multiple variants, it is called as a product master. So an organization can have a combination of product as well as product master based upon their SKU list which they are dealing with. Okay, so this is the example as I shown you. This is one item number which you can see in the leftmost column, which is item number is one, but you have a lots of variant number which is created by making its own combination. So during the transactions, your reporting and your way, you can able to uh, have your own combination, and then it will reduce your SKU list and the performance of the system. So that's what the product variants and product master is about. What is a released product details? So let's say we have a group of companies wherein we are operating in multiple regions and we have a centralized product team. So there will be a product team where they will be creating an items in the head office or the group of item. And if the same business or if the same item is going to be used for the multiple region or multiple businesses, so you will release a particular SKU from your centralized head office to the remaining branches or the countries which are going to operate. So that's called release product details. So you will have an item which is released to a particular legal entity will be shown in the released products, but overall all the SKUs which is in the global level will be seen in the all products and product masters. So that is called released products, and this is also effectively working in the engineering change management, wherein any R&D is keep on going on, and if the product is ready to launch, they can release it to a certain legal entity, but not for the other legal entities. So that is the benefit of releasing an items to a different organizations and operations. Okay, so if a product or an item is there in your catalog or in your SKU list, you need to have a category for that. An item belongs to a certain category, or it can have n number of levels where it can be categorized as an company, and company can be an apparel, and apparel it can be woman, and woman it can be go for coats. So n number of level you can able to drill down, and you can attach it to a single particular SKU, so that you will able to get reporting in any type of this type of category for your business analysis. So this will be used for your this category hierarchy is linked to all the modules: purchase module, purchase category, sales, and your retail sector. And you can able to provide some promotions or anything in your particular category in your retail module. So this is a organization wide category which you are classifying an item to which category it belongs to, and this helps to do your business analytics as well as your business operation in the category level. Okay, and attributes is nothing but you can have an extra added information like what fabric it depends, and what type of material we are using, and what the additional information which will be used for any informative purpose for an item is added as an attribute in the system. And it is also same like a concept of category. It can be used for different modules, and we can able to provide more information about a product rather than adding a text or anything in your item master. So you can add a number of attributes to an item. Okay, so this is another example for the product information management workspace, which I explained a little bit in the earlier slides. So this is the type of workspaces which you see in the released products, like how much has been in the under R&D and how much has been recently released to another legal entity, and so on. Okay, So this is a small snapshot on the item master level, and it has a lots of functionalities which you can go in deep. But currently, I want to cover all the modules what will be taken in the supply chain. So I'm moving to the procurement side, which is a digital purchasing now. So we have our own like a traditional purchase process, and I will go through the complete end-to-end cycle of purchase requisition to purchase order, but with the help of vendor onboarding, which is a vendor collaboration, which Microsoft has recently released a few versions before. So what does that collaboration means, and what does that e-procurement is? So you have like now we there are lots of manual work in an organization to send ask for the quotation and get the confirmation from the vendor, and when he is sending up the goods like or invoices, a separate team has to be there to book your invoices. So there are lots of hassle involved in manual data entry work as a point of an organization perspective. So if you implement a vendor collaboration or vendor portal, so there will be a tight collaboration with the vendor wherein you can able to register the vendor can register in your portal, and he can able to bid for your quotations through digitally, and there is no need of any communication back and forth through the email. You can review their quotations in the portal, and you can compare the replies and choose the right vendor and place the order. Same way, he can able to confirm whether he can able to deliver the product, and then once the goods are received, you can able to the post the GRN, and he can able to the submit your invoice in the portal along with attachments, and then the finance team or the respective concerned team can able to review that invoice, and you can approve it, and system will automatically post the invoice. So the same cycle I'm going through step by step along with the vendor collaboration. So this is the vendor registration process. If you have any portal, we can able to integrate with any of your website or any portal wherein a vendor can apply the for his registration, and the procurement department can review with all the necessary details are filled in, and he can review the details, and it is approved by checking all the credit terms and his credit facility. Then once that is approved, the system will give an access for creating a vendor, and the vendor registration will be done in the portal. So after the vendor registration is happening, this is the full end-to-end cycle of a procurement, including the digital purchase of the vendor portal. If you see the vendors, that is what the collaboration portal features are available. So that, as I explained, he can able to review the quotations or bidding what he have provided for the vendors. He can enter the replies, and then he can confirm the purchase order, and he can provide what delivery date he can able to deliver the goods. After delivering the goods, he can enter the invoice details, and rest is all from the respective departments in D365. So this complete lane, the vendor collaboration will reduce lots of your manual efforts from your team, and it will take the data ownership. We are transferring the data ownership to the vendor, so that the process will be more efficient, and then we can able to reduce the manual data entry from the company perspective. So there are lots of features in procurement and sourcing module, and this is a snapshot of that particular module. And now we are starting with the requisition. Any department can request, or any user can request a material or a services at for any business needs. And once the review is given to the line manager for their approval, once the approval is completed, it comes to the central procurement team, and this is how you will create a purchase requisition. So once the purchase requisition is created, you will request what are the materials you want, and if it is a new item which we need to get the price for the certain vendors, the procurement team will take the will select the vendors from the market what to whom they want to get the quotation, and provided based upon the line manager approval from the users. So after that approval is completed, the quotation process starts. So he will choose vendor to whom he want to send the quotation, and provided he can add the questionnaires, like these are the questionnaires that should be mandatorily filled by the vendor before he submits the quotation or bidding. After that, This is the vendor portal. After we send the quotation to the vendor, now vendor is logging into the portal and he will be able to see the screen. Like if you can see in the top navigation, this is vendor collaboration portal. In vendor collaboration module, he is seeing the two items which he want to provide the quotation to be submitted. Now he is entering what can be the delivery date he can able to achieve and what is the unit price and when can be deliver the goods and what is the terms which he would like to propose in the delivery terms and method of payment. And this is the submission of the vendor wherein he is submitting the quotation. So this is another vendor who is submitting it. After that, you will be seeing the quotations which has been approved. And now the requisition is also approved. Now you are going to convert this approved purchase requisition to the purchase order for the further processing. And there are certain procurement policies where you need to maintain or you need to set a rules that what catalogs or what category can be used by a vendor or used by the users, wherein they cannot able to order any cross category apart from their departments, and how the purchase order should be created, how an approval can be a reapproval can be initiated. So all these type of stringent policy can be configured in the system through procurement policy. And so once the purchase order is created, you will be confirming the purchase order. And after confirming the purchase order, you are going to receive the goods in your warehouse. And after receiving the warehouse, the vendor invoice is generated from the finance department. Okay, so once that is third three-way matching is completed, they can able to book the cost and payable to the vendor. Okay, and so this is the short purchase cycle with the quotation from the PR to PO. Now we are moving to purchase agreements. What does that purchase agreement means? You can have a commitment to the vendor. Either it can be product quantity commitment or a value commitment or a certain category of a commitment where you promise to the vendor that we have an agreement that I will procure some 1 million or $100,000 worth of goods, either in a quantity or in a value or a particular category. So based on that, the agreement can be committed and you can able to release the commitment or the purchase order from the particular agreement which you make, so that you can able to see the fulfillment that how much you have done and how much you have achieved and what can be done. In another way, in the business word, we can say it's a kind of a blanket order which you are agreeing with the vendor. That is called purchase agreements. The another terminology is trade agreement, where you can able to have your price list of each vendor wise or a group of items wise, where the purchase prices are controlled in the system, wherein there is not a manual entry from the end users or the purchase agent. He don't want to remember or he don't want to verify any price list through any manual pricing which he is maintaining. So once it is added to the system, it automatically populate the price or the latest purchase price done by the vendor, and it helps to have a clear purchasing price list in the system as an organization wide perspective. Okay, so this is another quick snapshot of what is the workspace of purchase requisition looks like. And this is another workspace which is a purchase order preparation, like the purchase team can able to see how much it's approved and how much is in draft and how much is assigned for the approval. This is a quick glance of the workspaces for the purchase order preparation. And this is the one which I showed you in the beginning. Okay, so overall, this is the purchase cycle, what we have dealt along with the vendor collaboration portal now. And now we are moving to inventory this thing. So we have gone through how an item is created and how an item is procured from the purchase requisition to the purchase order. Now the goods is in our inventory. Now how inventory visibility is available in the system, we can able to see, and what are the operations related to the inventory and warehouse we are going to deal with it. And then it will go for the sales process. So any inventory, if it is there, you can able to see these many options are available as an inventory management module, which includes your quality management as well as a part of quality control. along with an inventory. So this is the high level the on hand status of an item, which is physical inventory and how much it is reserved if any order has been placed and what is available physical, and you can able to see your on hand by your warehouse wise, your batch number wise, or inside your location wise. That location means it consists of a aisle, bin, and a location ID. So you can have and drill down to the granular level of your inventory location to see how much quantity is lying in the particular location. So, and you can see in right side, as I say, if we are using a product master, which is the apparel industry, you can see different type of dimensions wise, different types of storage wise and tracking wise. This much level you can able to deep dive into your inventory status, and you can able to analyze your inventory based upon the on and available in the system. Okay, so after that, there is an inventory operation where your the warehouse team has to do for transferring an inventory from one warehouse to another warehouse, or if you are a retail sector, if you want to transfer some inventory from your main warehouse to your retail store. So all these stores or your warehouse are or will be created as a particular virtual warehouse in the system to transfer your inventory from one warehouse to another warehouse. So this transfer order will helps you to have an auditing like how much you have created and how much you have shipped from one warehouse to another warehouse, and the receiver warehouse will receive the item and acknowledge that they have received the quantity which have been shipped. So this is a kind of an auditing perspective. You are acknowledging the receipt from the quantity which is sent from the warehouse. Okay. And there are certain journals used in order to use for your inventory corrections or inventory expense out, because some items you have to issue for certain marketing, certain inventory loss if it is a damage, or if it has to be disposed because of expiry. It can be several reasons which you want to dispose an item from your inventory. So there are certain journals which will be used in order to reduce your inventory and your book your expenses accordingly. So movement means, as I said, that is for the expense related inventory or damages. Inventory adjustment is purely based upon inventory gain or loss. It can be because of counting or it can be misplaced. So that is for the inventory adjustment. And transfer journal is used for the transferring from one batch to another batch or one location to another location. So these type of transactions will be dealt in the transfer. And bill of material is used for your this thing like a kind of a bill of material means a kit item wherein you have as two three items which is attached to a FG, and once the FG is sold, automatically the bill of material for the kit item has to inventory has to go down. Then you will be using the bill of material journal in order to achieve that. Inventory ownership change journal is nothing but if you are dealing with your any consignment inventory ownership change journal will be used for your consignment related stocks. Okay, so this is the quick snapshot and of each type of journal. So the first one was adjustment, the second one was counting journal. And once the counting journal is there, it will provide you the on and as on that date, particular date, and you can able to enter the counted quantity, and the variance will be posted as your inventory gain or loss. Okay. And this is the most important step in an inventory management module, which is your closing and recalculating your inventory. Here most of the companies used to follow weighted average. So if it is a weighted average, there are certain cases that your cost has to be reevaluated at a certain point of time due to several reasons of the business. Maybe it can be import purchases wherein the charges can be added later, or your weighted average fluctuation can go uh, um, there can be some deviations in your cost. So if you reevaluate the inventory, system does the proper allocation of the cost on based on the transactions which is happening in the system. And if you close the inventory, yes, obviously it is blocking the calculation of an weighted average for a particular month. Then the next month proceeds for the remaining calculation of weighted average. So this is a mandatory step which has to be done as a part of an inventory controller to have a proper costing in the system. Okay, this is how you want to recalculate, and you can automate this process. Either it is a daily basis or it can be monthly basis. It depends upon your requirement. You can able to schedule these recalculation of your inventory for the proper closing. And this is the closing of inventory, and it close and does the inventory settlement based upon the transactions happened in the system. So uh, this is the last one, which is an outbound, which is sales and marketing. After this, we will be moving on to a enhanced supply chain concepts. So I'll take you through what is the sales process as a part of a supply chain related topics. So it like a same RFQ, there are certain process for the sales quotation wherein you can quote to your prospect and vendors. Agreements is also kind of a blanket agreement which you are agreeing with the customers. Price and discounts, sales process, and supplementary items. Let's take you through that. This is the sales and marketing module, which can be and deals with the local sales as well as your export sales. So it starts with a quotation. A quotation for an item can be given, or a services you can give it through to a prospect or a existing customer. It depends upon the depends upon the agreement. So once the quotation is prepared, you will be following up with the customer, and you can revise the quotation multiple times, and the quotation versions will be maintained in the system based upon the changes you do, and the final version of the quotation will be converted as a sales order for the further processing to fulfill the customer's order. Okay, so this is what the quotation is about. And agreement is nothing but the blanket orders where you can able to deal, or you can agree with the customers on the product or same category, or it exactly is a replica of a purchase agreement. How you deal the vendors, the same you will can able to have a deal with the customers, and they can able to release the blanket orders based upon their ordering quantity. So this is the sales agreement screen, same like purchase agreement. And this is your trade agreement where you will have a price list for the customers now. Earlier it was vendor, now it is a customer, and you can able to have the discounts for your define the discounts for the customer, define the prices for the customer, and you can have different pricing matrix. You can able to configure based upon the group of customers or an individual customer, or it can be an individual item or a group of item. All these type of combinations you can able to maintain your prices in the system, and it auto populates when you prepare a quotation or the sales order, wherein it controls your sales price editing in your sales order. So this is the one. This is the sales order screen. How will you process the sale order? So once if the quotation is converted to a sale order, it auto creates it, or you have an option to create a sale order directly apart from creating the sales orders from the quotation. And this is the pick list. We are talking about only the standard WMS process, which I will take you through AWMS in the further slides. Now we are talking about the normal warehouse management, wherein we are preparing a pick list to give it to the warehouse worker to pick the items manually, and then he can able to update it after posting the pick list. He will come, and then the pick list registration will be completed, wherein how much quantity in which location, what batch he has picked, and then the delivery slip or the packing slip will be posted for the customer for the quantity which he has picked, and then he will be posting an invoice after the delivery is happened. So this is how the sales order process will be completed. So next is the supplementary items as a part of the sales order. You can able to have an agreement with the customers that I can able to provide some FOC item or some chargeable item. It depends upon some items which is eligible for FOCs. Like if you're having a bulk quantity, if you can buy more than a certain quantity, we can provide you certain FOCs based upon the value of the item. So if you set an supplementary item master, you can able to auto populate in the system. System will able to create, or you can suggest these are the supplementary items which you need to provide to the customer, so that you can able to include that in your sales order, and automatically the warehouse people can pick it as a part of an FOC item. So this is how a sales order process works, and this is the workspace which you will be dealing with the sales order, same like the purchase order. And you can have a sales return, and sales return. These are the workspaces available. Okay. Now, we have seen at the standard supply chain concepts which come through a traditional approach now. Now let's go into a little advanced topics for landed cost, advanced warehouse management, master planning, and asset management. What does that, how these modules will help you or enhance the supply chain management for your business? Because now the most of the challenge in the landed cost is that we we face difficulties in tracking our journey, or we can tracking our your voyages, what is the particular voyage has been given, and if you place multiple purchase orders, we are clubbing it into a purchase orders into a single voyage, and we are estimating certain cost, but actually we are getting a different cost, and we are certain companies are manually maintaining how they are allocating with the estimated cost. There are lots of hassles happened in the managing the import purchases, and in the costing level of an item as well. So in order to address this major problem, Microsoft has introduced a landed cost module, and this is how it works. Once you create a purchase order, after your confirmation, you can club multiple purchase orders into a one voyage, and then once the ASN has been provided by the vendor, you will book the ASN as an invoice in the particular voyage, and goods in transit orders will be created. You will be waiting for the orders, or waiting for the items to be reaching your port. Once it is reached your port, it has been taken to your warehouse, and you will do your physical counting, and then evaluate the quantities which has been given in the given by the vendor. It can be shortage or it can be over delivery, and then you can able to take a decision whether you want to give a credit note, or you can able to receive the extra quantity which the vendor has been provided. And after the freight charges or freight forwarding vendor provide the actual invoices, you can able to allocate your cost, actual cost, to the estimated cost. So this is the high level process flow of the landed cost module. And I'll take you through how does it works with the system as well. So let's say this is your landed cost module, and then this is called voyage editor, where you could have placed multiple purchase orders to the import vendor, and he is clubbing several items from several purchase orders, and he is providing you an ASN list of the items which has to be expected to be coming in a particular shipment. So in this voyage editor, you will be clubbing, or you can choose the purchase order lines or the items which is going to be considered as a particular voyage. And after the purchase orders have been selected, you can add it to the staging list, and that completes a particular voyage, where you can see the number of lines that it is 270 and 271 purchase order of this item is expected to be coming in the particular shipment. So once the ASN invoice is done, you will be receiving, you can able to add before your ASN costing, you can have your estimated cost. It can be duty, it can be clearance, or any type of voyage cost can be added as an estimated cost before receiving the goods. So your inventory value will be calculated on an estimated basis. and your cost will be calculated as a after considering the landed cost as well. Okay, so once the cost has been estimated and the quantity or the ASN has been invoiced, now the system is in the process of goods in transit orders. So goods in transit orders are created and kept ready to receive the material when it is reaches your port. So then you can able to receive per voyage wise what are the quantities you are expecting, and after counting and receiving the quantity, you will come to know how much quantity has been under delivered or how much has can be over delivered, or you will come to a decision that what has to be done after receiving the inventory to your warehouse. And this is the best example of the cost inquiry, wherein the estimated cost, which as per the duty you have estimated only $23, but when you get the invoices from the freight forwarder, it has been increased to a certain degree of your tolerance. So you can able to allocate that as well, and automatically the cost will be adjusted when you allocate the cost to an estimated cost. So it clearly gives you an inquiry that what is your estimated cost of an item and what is your actual cost of an item, and how the cost has been adjusted and recalculated. You are having a clear visibility on your inventory costing because of this landed cost module. Earlier, there was an issue in the reconciliation of your estimation versus actual, but those challenges have been very well addressed in this landed cost module. And here we have a clear track on what was the under received, what was it over received, and whether if it is an over received, if are we taking it as a free of cost or are we paying to the vendor? If it is an under deliverable, should we want to create a credit note to the vendor based upon the acknowledgement from the vendor that should I want to raise a credit note, or should I want to expense it out? So it's based upon the management decision. There is a flexibility that you can able to create a credit note or a movement journal to expense out the material from your particular warehouse. So this also helps in your vendor performance on his commitment of the quantity from based upon what he has agreed in the ASN and what is physically it has reached. So this helps you to do the vendor evaluation based upon his performance. Okay, so this is the landed cost module, which gives you a leverage on your complete import process, including your costing as well as your quantity tolerances has been addressed based upon that. Now we are moving to advanced warehouse management. Uh, there are in AX 2012 or your older versions, there is an advanced warehouse management module as well. But in D365, it is well advanced with your mobile app, which has been which has been given as an app. Either you can able to download through iOS or through the Android platform, and they have covered almost all the international standards of your warehouse operations in a single module, warehouse management module. And we are talking through a very simple concept, and what normally all the organization does. This is the illustration, but there are in-depth concepts which we can able to discuss it further in all the perspective of the operations. So in inbound operations is mainly for the, it can be a purchase order, or it can be sales return. That is called as an inbound. But now I am talking about only the purchase receiving as an inbound, wherein your distributor or manufacturer is sending you a material and you are getting an ASN, or it can be a local purchases. Then you are getting an you will do a goods arrival through a mobile, or you will able to receive and register through the mobile device, and then you will do a quality check and you will be doing a put away into your warehouse. Same way it is for the outbound also. It can be outbound from the transfer order, where an order will be placed. If it is a perishable item, you will reserve the inventory based upon the nearest expiry batch. You will pick the item, put it to the packing station, and then the checker or the packer will check the goods, and then the shipment and delivery note will be done. Same way, sales orders also, it is the customer basis. It will be done with a batch reservation and then picking, as well as so and so. The same steps will be repeated even if it is a sales order, because it's a outbound process. And in-house operation, you can able to do in-house replenishment from your bulk location to your picking location, and you can do spot counting. You can do your cycle counting based upon the SOP defined. You can able to do the counting on a frequent basis. So how does the warehouse management has been designed into the system? So first, you should have a proper warehouse layout, which is zones, locations, and location code, and what are the types of virtual warehouses you want to maintain. These are all an illustrative purpose, but we can able to design your warehouse based upon the infrastructure or the business how we deal with. So what is that zone's location profile ID? It depends on. So zone means it can be a bulk zone, or it is a like a hazardous zone, or it is a like a freezer zone. So you can segregate your warehouse based upon the zones and the locations, and the particular location is a combination of aisle, bin, and rack. And what is a reservation hierarchy means? Because certain items you want to, irrespective of whatever the location where it is sitting in the warehouse, but I want to reserve the inventory of my first expiry, because my batch expiry is most important to reserve the inventory rather than where it is located. So certain perishable items you can able to set my batch reservation hierarchy is the first option. Second option, certain items which is a more space consuming, you can able to say location specific reservation should happen. So you can define several reservation hierarchy for each item based upon its nature, and you can able to ask the system to reserve the inventory based upon the reservation hierarchy you attach to a particular item. That is how the reservation hierarchy is. And unit sequence group is nothing but we have a combination which I will show you in the screenshot. Like you can define a certain unit as a default unit for your transfers, for your accounting, or it for your purchases. So an item which is an least inventory unit is eaches, and you can have boxes. Multiple eaches can be converted as a boxes, and multiple boxes can be consolidated into a pallet. So in this three combinations of your unit sequence, you can able to set certain rules to instruct the warehouse app to default your units and default your the counting principles based upon this unit sequence group. Next is the location directives. These are all the key setups has to be done in order to do your the location directives, which I'll come to it now. So this is the example which I explained a few minutes back. See, I can set the reservation hierarchy, how based upon the nature of an item, I can able to choose in which level I need to be able to set the batch number reservation apart from the location. So this is an example of the inventory reservation. And this is the second example which we explained about unit sequence group. An item can have a combination of eaches, boxes, and pallet. And for which inventory level I need to use license plate, which unit I need to use for cycle counting, and what should be my default unit for the purchases. So all it's they have set it as a the configuration basis where you can able to configure based upon each and every nature of an item as well as your warehouse layout as well. So that much of flexibility it has been given, and then you can able to map it to each item, not for the whole organization. The nature of the sequence group can be changed per item wise. Okay. Next is work template, where if any, these are the different types of work can be configured. If it is a purchase order, a warehouse worker should do what are all the activities. If it is a sale order, what are all the things has to be done. So if you see for the production related, in the internal inventory related, or it is an outbound order related, you can configure in a such a way that if a sale order, or if it is for this particular warehouse, please pick and put on certain conditions. So you can write your own logic how a warehouse operator should work based upon your nature of your warehouse and the business. You can able to configure it in such a way for the work template, and this will able to trigger when you dispatch an item or when you release the particular order to the warehouse, system will create the work automatically based upon the configuration which we does. So this is the example of the work template. And this is an example for the location directives. We are instructing the system to reserve the inventory after the batch from which location we need to pick it from the warehouse. So that is called the location directives. You can see the top, you can see edit query. So for this set of items, go to this particular zone or this particular location, or if the quantity is more than so and so, go and directly take it from the bulk location rather than the pick location. So you can write n number of combination or n number of sequences in order to system can check the complete sequences and pick the right location directives and create the work accordingly based upon the configuration which you do in the location directives. So this is the flexibility of configuring the system based upon your business process. So these are in the left side, you can see these are the types of location directives you can set for the different type of operations. And a D365 also has given a flexibility that you can able to scan the GS1 as well. So GS1, if you scan it as for any pharmaceutical products, system can able to read the QR code matrix and it automatically places the GTAN code, item number, and what is the serial number, what is the batch number, everything it automatically takes from the GS1 data matrix. So that data matrix scanning has been enabled for the D365 advanced warehouse management concepts. And this is the master planning module. Master planning module is a combination of all the modules where you can able to set your minimum stock, your lead time, your forecast. So what does this master planning does? So if you have a certain parameters for your inventory, for your minimum orders, for your forecast, or whatever factors it may be, but we don't have a manual manpower to calculate, okay, how much we need to order, what is the proper time we need to plan for our purchases, or what is the optimal quantity we need to do it. So all these is handled by the master planning module. So in the master planning module, when you execute the master planning, it will check what is the forecast, what is my current on hand, what are the orders already placed in my system, and what is my minimum order quantity. So what is my optimal quantity and when I need to order. So all these logical framework is have been developed in the master planning, and it proposes you these are your planned purchase orders, planned production orders, planned transfer orders in order to take a decision on the output what system has been provided. And master planning module has been enhanced to the next level called planning optimization, wherein earlier the master planning for the huge volume of business, it takes several hours to execute the master planning. But the planning optimization engine, which Microsoft has recently released, it runs the master planning at the earliest, quickest way in maximum down. I mean, it has been reduced to a drastic level wherein you can able to run the master planning in a shorter period of time. Okay, and there is another tool which they have published, which is a demand forecasting, where you can able to see, or you can able to take your previous sales data and you can able to use certain AI models which Microsoft has already provided, and you can able to generate what is the coming forecast sales, or what is the sale which you are expecting for the next forthcoming years. You can able to generate the forecast plan out of it. So that are the key features available in the planning module. Okay. Next is asset management. In the asset management, what does asset management means? The asset management means you are maintaining certain assets, or you can able to create your customer assets as your assets in the system, and you can able to tag a particular functional location to it, and then you can have what are the child asset to the main asset, and what type of preventive maintenance or what type of preventive or corrective maintenance is required for a particular asset, and how should I want to schedule my maintenance to a certain checklist. So all these type of asset management has been introduced by Microsoft, so that you can able to plan your fault management. Also, the asset will be maintained without any breakdown. So this is the types of the maintenance, like this is the corrective maintenance and this is the preventive maintenance. Corrective maintenance is such that you can able to create your own work order from your central this thing, and the maintenance request will be received. Based on that, the work order will be dispatched to the field service person who can able to deal the particular maintenance activity and provide the scheduled maintenance for the asset. Preventive maintenance is you can able to schedule what type of maintenance activities has to be taken care, and what type of interval I need to manage it. All these schedules will be configured in the system, so that system auto generates the work order or the particular time of the maintenance required for a particular asset. It will create the work order, and the work order will be dispatched to the team for the maintenance work. So these are the types of maintenance it has been configured in the system. And also there are the internal the costing perspective. It captures all the cost of an the worker who is involved, and what are the material involved are all accounted for their finance, which is tightly integrated as a part of the cost of an item. So this is how the cycle will work. Once a work order is created, you will schedule the worker, and the worker may request, or you have a predefined material required for that particular maintenance. From that, the material request has been provided, and the material will be used for the maintenance, and it will consume the material for the particular maintenance activity. And once the material is consumed, you will complete the work order by closing the checklist. All these is directly integrated to the finance module, wherein the cost has been observed by the total man hours or total material cost. Everything is catered into the particular costing of an work order. So this is how a work order management of the asset. So overall, we have covered what are all the major supply chain related topics which is used for the operations perspective, but in depth or a particular area of the manufacturing or any other certain modules will be coming in the future webinar. Now I'll move on to the reporting capabilities of D365, which is from different modules. I would like to showcase on certain supply chain related dashboards, which is having the reporting capabilities. So this is purchase and spend analysis by default. As I told, this category which we talked about is going to give you where we are going to use those type of categories which is attached to an item, and how the BI works in D365. This is how we are going to analyze our data. So first, it shows what are the top 10 vendors by the purchase. It is by the value, not the products. What or how much value we are purchasing by the particular vendor. What are the top 10 purchases, and by vendor group wise, what is your pie chart? And you can obviously you can able to customize this look and feel based upon your need. And then the average vendor purchase by vendor group, and purchases by vendor group, and you can see what is the year on year increase of your purchases, and what are all the total vendors, and how much is still at active vendors to be activated for the system. So these type of spend analysis is based upon the vendor level. Next is the category level. The primary role of a category hierarchy, which we discussed in the item master. This is the advantage of giving you a category level reporting uh, straight away through the default Power BI provided by Microsoft. So you can see what are the procurement category wise, what is the value, and what is the contribution of the total purchase value in a pie chart, and what are the top 10 products related categories also there, and product wise also. And you can see how much has been purchased as in the value of the item. This is month on month, year on year, and your your analysis of your deviations between last year versus current year. So this data set can be used in order to customize your own Power BI reports as well. But primarily, these are the standard reports which it's coming out of the box by period. Next, this is the supply risk assessment, which is recently released by Microsoft. Like how is your on-time delivery percentage, and how what is the percentage of my in full delivery, and region wise, what is my delivery location wise, how my performance is happening, and what is the risk I'm going to take in case of my supply. All this type of risk assessment has been provided by Microsoft recently. And this is an product performance wise, what this can be analyzed in the product performance wise, not in the vendor wise. It is a product wise. So how what is the quantity of the overall purchase, and same instead of vendor, you are able to seeing in the product wise. And this is OTIF analysis. So this is also by product, by vendor, by delivery method, and based upon the site. If you have multiple site, what is the on-time this thing by the vendor and product and delivery method. These are the statistical reports for the OTAF analysis. And this is another this one for the planned orders, which the master planning, after you master planning is executed, it is giving you an analysis of how much my planned order quantity and how much I confirm that planned orders, and what is the deviation between this. All these vendor ranking, product ranking, all based upon the purchases and its value. Okay, this is another way of representing the data. Okay, so this is the supply flow. How from the different origin, from the different shipping city, how it is reaching to the uh, delivery city. So you can able to see how the flow is coming through the different modules which they have collected the data, and they have presented in a planned supply flow. And this is inventory related reports. Mostly this is for highly it is focused on the manufacturing industry, how the inventory has been manufactured, if it is through a machine or labor, how it is it, and what is the value of the item cost that has been taken for the particular resources, and what is it net change. All these has been inventory turnover ratio. All the calculations are all computed based upon the bill of material and the resources, which is purely into the manufacturing sector of inventory related reports. And this is all the cost analysis of your inventory accounting analysis, which what is the manufactured, what is the cost of goods sold, and how much is my consumed material for my all the productions. So these type of analysis is highly useful for your manufacturing industry. And this is the cost accounting for each and every item, group wise, item uh, product wise, category level. So these are the sample screenshots which I will just want to take you through. This is an inventory statement where the stock movement summary used to provide what is your beginning balance, what is the sourcing quantity, and what is the usage, and what is your inventory ending balance, and what is your average cost, and what is the turnover ratio. This inventory statement based upon your transaction system auto produces based upon the period which you are providing it. So it will show what is the beginning and what is the closing inventory, which is a clear stock movement summary report. And this is from the sales side. So from the sales side, what are all the top customers with whom you are dealing with, and what is a group wise customer, what is your revenue, and what is your gross profit by customer group wise. And same as I said for the procurement item category, what are the categories it is taken into the consideration for reporting you into the sales category wise or retail category wise, and what is the revenue uh, per month, per year, and this is by delivery location wise, what is your customer profitability, and profitability analysis by customer, top 10 top 20 customers by gross margin, and by revenue and gross profit by month generically for the organization perspective. So these are the BA reports. And this is for the warehouse performance, like how a warehouse is performing, how much on time delay, and what are the early dispatch has been happened, how much is delay is happening, what is on time, what is the accuracy level of our inventory, and what is our inbound and outbound performance. All these type of analysis are taken from the advanced warehouse management transactions. It has been displayed in the BA report. So what is the average put away when the purchase is happening? What is the sale when we are going to put away in the packing station? So all these date and time by vendor, by item, by a worker can be captured by the warehouse mobile device, and it has been given for the analysis perspective. Okay. And this location inventory accuracy also will be provided based upon the counting which you are planning for your cycle counting, how much was earlier it was there, and what was the discrepancy between your counting, and what is the without discrepancy, how much accuracy level is there. So you can able to see in the warehouse operation perspective what are all the analytics you can able to take it forward. You can able to see in the warehouse management BI reports. Okay, so these are the features of the supply chain modules as well as in the perspective of the reporting. So now I think Anshul, we can able to take up some questions if you want. And thanks for the opportunity that I have able to give a high level of what are all the supply chain concepts involved in the D365 operations. Now we can able to see in depth of any particular module wise in the future webinar. We will be looking forward to go into manufacturing and other type of modules in depth. So thanks once again, and over to you, Anshul.
Sure, Satish. Satish, there are few questions available in the chat box as well.
Yeah.
So can we start with that? Do you want me to ask these questions and then you'll answer, or you'll just access the chat box?
Yeah, I'll access it. Maybe I may miss something. So, okay. So I think after the poll, I will take it up. So,
Sure.
okay. First question is, I'm not able to find supply chain module on my F&O interface. Does it mean that I do not have this module? So, Miss, I mean, I don't know, is it he or she, Chennai? So basically, it can be out of only two reasons. One, the licensing, what you have procured for, it can be only for finance. Then you will be having only the accessibility to the finance module, or you may have restrictions in the roles or system defined roles. Maybe the access rights have not been given to your supply chain modules. That's the reason. These are the two reasons majorly you may not able to see all the supply chain modules in your F&O interface. So probably you can check whether in your IT team whether they have provided the right access to you, or you need to check the licensing whether you have taken only the core or operations of finance only but not the supply chain. You may need to check with the team. Okay. So for vendor collaboration, is any license is required to give company vendors to log in? No, there is a no license cost is involved for all any type of vendor users, external users. Vendor collaboration is a part of the license from the supply chain license itself. So there is no any additional licenses for the number of vendors who is logging into the portal. Yeah. Okay. Next, new on-hand mobile app. It is an AWS app, AWS app which Microsoft has released, which has all the features of the mobile device menu item, where you can see your inventory on and by location, by inventory, all type of menu items are available, and you can able to see it. But I could not able to focus particularly a certain. If it is an AWS session, we can able to walk you through the complete steps. Maybe I can able to show you what are all the menu items we are having it, which could help you out, because we have not focused on the mobile app configuration now. I can just show if the time permits. Let me just see whether I can able to take you through the menu items. Okay, I'll
Anjana,
just
meanwhile,
show
Satish
you.
is load. Yeah, yes, Satish, please go.
Sorry. Yeah. Uh, just to answer that question, see, these are the menu items which by default we can able to configure yourself. Item inquiry, where you can see this item is located in which locations, and what is the quantity per batch number wise you can able to see. Location inquiry is nothing but you can scan the location. Under that location, what are all the items available for that particular location, you can able to configure it, or you can able to view the system, I mean view from the system. And license plate inquiry is same. In a pallet, there can be a series of items kept on that particular pallet. And if you scan the pallet ID, you can able to see what are all the items and what are the quantities available in the license plate inquiry as well. So these are the inquiries which is, defaultly you can able to configure in mobile device menu item. And then you can able to see in the mobile app of advanced warehouse management, which is coming out of the box. um, we didn't configure as such, so we can able to show you in the screen. But since when we are doing any webinar on advanced warehouse management, you can able to see the screens. So I'll go on to the next question.
Satish, just for a moment, we'll be running one more poll. If you have any specific concerns where you want to consult with us separately, you can just respond to it. We'll reach out to you personally. Anjana, please release that poll.
Yes, Anshul, just a second. Yes, the poll is up.
Yes, Satish, you can go ahead. Meanwhile, the people can respond to the poll as well.
Okay. So another interesting question is, how do you handle the product warranty in D365 for both vendor and customer? Yeah, there is no default warranty option to be captured into the system. There are multiple workarounds which we can able to handle it by having any this thing like any. We just deal with a few clients which we have developed a particular vertical in order to handle a warranty. By default, there is no warranty setups or warranty capturing, or as a module there is no such in the D365 supply chain module. But we need to do some workarounds in order to handle the warranty. And we have developed certain vertical also as well for handling the warranty of a customer and vendor. So if you can able to discuss offline, we can able to show you what type of warranty we can able to handle it in the system. But unfortunately, there is no default module as such to handle the complete warranty in the system. Yeah. Can we auto generate the item codes based on the category hierarchy by default? there is no such feature, but we can able to customize it based upon the hierarchy or what type of nomenclature you want to put it for an item code. If the logic has been provided, it can be customized and it can be developed. But as default, there is no such item code generation based upon the category hierarchy. Okay. Second, how a batch traceability can be done. That was the next question. Mr. Pramod has raised this question. So you can able to trace it via inventory trace functionality through the system, where if it is a production, it will show from your production order till your dispatch of your material. If it is a purchase, it will start from the purchase order and how it has been dispatched to the vendor. So there is an inventory trace functionality. Either it is in the inventory on hand, through that you can go for trace, or you can able to search in the inventory trace. It can be able to track from up to down on all the transactions how the batch number is flowing. There is a default functionality which is available in the inventory traceability. Okay, so yeah, this session recording will be provided, that's for sure. And is system give notification for supplementary items to add or automatically add on order? uh, there is no system can provide that notification. It is a like a standard like SOP has to be defined that, and the sales order, the clerk has to click that calculate supplementary items. But provided we can able to trigger that calculate this thing at a point of a certain time through a customization. Okay, so automatically system will not give you a notification that please add your supplementary items as such through a default system. And what is ASN? ASN means advanced shipment notice, where any import purchase vendor will provide the document once the goods are ready from their side. That will be given to the for the vendor. So that's what ASN means. Okay. Mr. Robert has asked material master hierarchy versus service master hierarchy. So kindly share examples of how this is typically managed in D365. So material master hierarchy and service master hierarchy, it is nothing but, as I said, we can have n number of categories as an organizational perspective. So the level node, it matters. So let's suppose if you are a material, first you can start with hierarchy as material. Under the material, you can go with all your stockable items. The second node will be service category, where under that service category, you can go to n number of levels. So basically, in the level one, you will be having the material and service, and level 2 and level 3 it will keep going down by the each individual perspective. This is how we can able to manage, and we can able to do our BA reporting based on these two higher level as well. So by that way we can able to achieve the material hierarchy separately and service master separately. Okay. Next is what is serial number and batch number in tracking. So if an item wants to be traced serial number wise, for example, if your mobile or a TV which has its serial number, if you want to track your inventory per serial number, you will be enabling the serial number tracking dimension in your item master. And if it is a batch number for all the perishable items which has multiple quantity has a single batch number. So the product receipt or your inventory incoming will be registered by serial number and batch number for your inventory tracking and traceability. This is where you need to use your batch number and serial number accordingly. Mostly batch numbers will be used for all perishable items. Serial number items will be used for your electronics or any individual serial numbers which has to be tracked for your tracking purpose. Okay. The reports which we have shown during the session is all out of the box. It is not at all any customized reports. If you can able to see all the heading of the reports which I showed you, you can directly see if your is uh, BA is configured and deployed. You can able to see those reports by default. And available So the next is how it will be useful for construction industry where the requirements are different. I mean, it's a generic question wherein we can able to discuss this offline because there is no specific requirement for in order to address it. In the next question is in voyage system, is it automatically generates the landed cost from the freight PO, customs duty, payment, etc., or prop-up setup is required through voyage? Okay. In a voyage, there is a setup called auto cost where you want to define if any item or any shipment is coming from certain port to this port or through the vendor, you have a multiple combination whether you can able to set from journey template or journey leg where from this port to this port, these are my standard cost which is involved for this particular shipment. Or secondly, per vendor wise, you can able to set an auto cost. So whenever you create a voyage, system will pick up all those. If the setup is done for the auto cost functionality, it will pick and then keep the cost as an estimated cost before your invoice is getting completed for a particular voyage. So the prerequisite for this to automatically fetch is that you need to configure what type of cost is involved and which type of vendor we are dealing and what are the cost, whether it is a fixed or it is volume proportionate or it is a quantity proportionate. If you can able to set that value in the auto cost, system will automatically fetch it at the time of your voyage invoicing. This is how system does, and there is a setup is also involved for this functionality to work on it. Okay. The next question is there any mobile app in D365 to scan and get the barcode, badge, serial number, manufacturing date, etc.? It depends upon the nature. First, if you are using AWMS functionality, when you are doing any receiving or dispatching, if it is a data matrix related, if you scan the data matrix, system can able to auto populate your barcodes, batch number, serial number, and expiry because there is a setups for the identifiers through the system. If a QR code is there, you can able to achieve all these if it is labeled in the name of QR code. But if it is a linear, then you need to scan linear barcode first. And if the batch number is populated, then you need to scan the linear batch number. And if it is a linear barcode, you need to scan one by one to fetch the information. If it is a data matrix as a QR code, you can able to fetch in a single scan. And it is possible and it is available in D365 as well. Okay. Next is, can you go through the production planning process? As we said, we are planning for a complete manufacturing webinar in the future. So we can able to address how the production planning process will work and how master planning is related to the production activities. We can able to address that in a separate session in the webinar. And does Microsoft Dynamics offer end-to-end demand and supply chain planning solution? Yes, it has a default demand forecasting and demand planning solution wherein there is an add-on AI which you need to procure from the Microsoft Azure solution, and it can able to take out your historical sales data, and through the AI model which you are procuring from the Microsoft Azure solution, it simulates and then you can able to populate what are all the possible sales forecast or demand forecast which you are expecting as per the sales trend or due to different criterias or different algorithm which the Microsoft AI solution is providing. Based on the algorithm which you are procuring, your forecasting will be the solution will be provided based upon the input of the data. Okay, so next is that is notification for the material request received and PO approved can be auto generated once the action is done. Is notification for the material is received and PO approved can be auto generated when the action is done. You can able to set your auto alert wherein if the purchase order is getting status as approved or it is confirmed, if you want to get an alert, you can able to set your custom alert yourself. or if the product or if the purchase order is changing to received status, same way, once the status is getting changed, you can set your auto alert rule. This is what the standard it is available. If there is any other requirement apart from this, maybe you may need to trigger something through a Power Automate solution if it is purchase order receipt is completed. It can be done through Power Automate solution or a default alert rule which is available in the system. Okay. Do you have any clients in aviation industry using D365? We will get back to you on this because I need to check with my sales team if we have any client reference for the aviation industry. I'll get back to you. And do you have any clients in FMB restaurants? Yes, we have some facility management for the clients. For the restaurants and hotels also, we have done some implementation for the hospitality management. Maybe our sales team can able to give some references out of that. So we will make a note of it and then we can reach out to you. Can we receive multiple batches in product receipt for a single ordered quantity? Yes, you can. Let's suppose if your ordered quantity is 50 and if you have 4 batches out of 10 each, you can able to receive it through the registration of an item. So you can able to receive multiple batches in a single product receipt based upon the quantity. What is the process of configuration of Power BI cloud host with F&O? So I'm not sure about what is the question is about. So Power BI configuration is nothing but you need to activate your, if you are a cloud hosted environment of D365, you need to just activate your Microsoft Azure key. You need to configure for the BI, and then you need to deploy all the Power BI files as per the standard D365, and you need to publish the data. This is the standard steps which we need to follow. And if you need any more technical information, because I'm the principal consultant of supply chain, so I cannot able to give more detailed technical information about BI related configurations, but you can reach out to our technical team if for any queries are there. Okay. I think that's it in the chat box query, Mr. Anshul. So you can able to,
Yeah.
if you can,
So
you can able to open the questions, or that's it from my side.
yeah. So anybody wants to ask any question, I'll simply unmute the mic and they can ask. You can simply raise your hand and we'll unmute your mic. No, we don't have any branch in Pune or Mumbai. We have a branch in Kochi and we are headquartered in Dubai. If you have any specific requirement for the Indian region, we'll be able to cater it. Please do respond to that poll if you would like us to reach out to you for any separate discussion, for any query that you have or any requirement that you have related to Dynamics 365. Mr. Farooq, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi there. My name is Farooq. I'm representing Falcon Aviation Services Company in Abu Dhabi. We did our implementation a couple of years ago. And unfortunately, it's not going to be a full-fledged implementation, which we couldn't get it. The implementation team was not perfectly done as per our business requirement, but still we have hiccups. And we, as I as I put that in the chat box, we in aviation industry. So if you could have an previous experience in aviation industry, hopefully you can help us to fine tune the products.
Sure. Thanks for reaching us out, and I think I can able to connect with you with our one of the director, and he can able to help you out with the references which we have in the aviation industry. Unfortunately, I'm not into the sales side, so I'll able to. I think our team can able to connect with you with our director, and then you can able to provide your concerns, and we will be happy to help you, and you can able to sort out your problems based upon our experiences.
Appreciate. And if you could arrange a time slot to for an what I can say that it's a technical gap analysis or something, you can visit us to do it.
Sure, sure, and
Sure,
our
Mr.
team will
Farooq, we'll do
coordinate
that.
with you. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Appreciate.
Sure,
We'll
Mr.
take it
Farooq,
from.
we'll reach out to you post this webinar, and we will coordinate and we'll schedule some time with our technical consultants to come and do that analysis.
Greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anybody else having any question, they can raise their hand. Uh, Satish, there is one more question in the chat box. Any clients have enabled KSA Zatka e-invoice phase 2 using Microsoft Dynamics?
Currently, we have certain clients where we did for e-invoicing as a phase one, which we just display only the QR code in the invoice perspective. We are in the process of starting the phase two for Zatka e-invoice. So once we completed the particular thing, we can able to reach out to you. But currently, we are in the first just generating the QR code. Once the invoice is completed through the system, we are still in the phase one only. But once the phase two is completed, we'll come surely reach back to you, Mr. Ajas. There is one question. Can we get purchase savings report from the system? That it's I mean, we would like to know what is purchase saving you meant to, because how if you want to have a comparison. Okay. Discount, yes, obviously, yes, we can. If we have a list price from the vendor, and if it is applied from the purchase discount, obviously you can get the report from the system through the this thing. You can, I think by default there is some report called the invoice or purchase related report, wherein it provides what is the unit price, quantity, and discount, and what is a net amount and gross amount report. If not, we can able to with the D365 capability, we can do any type of analysis using Power BI. This is pretty simple report which we can able to get it at any point of time. I'll send you the screenshot. I mean, if you can drop your email ID, we can able to send you the screenshot on what are the available reports for this type of purchase savings, and with the navigation path with the standard reports. In case if you have any other requirements on a certain format which you would like to, you can also share with us, and we can give you what approach you can able to achieve that particular report. So you can just drop us an email. I'll send you the screenshots on the navigation path for that particular report which you're asking for.
I think, Satish, we can wind up the session. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. The webinar recording will be available in a few days. It will be uploaded on our website, and it will be communicated to you through email. Thank you for joining in. This series will definitely continue. We are going to come up with more exciting sessions on different modules of Microsoft Dynamics. And our aim is to make you more knowledgeable on this particular domain. If you have any suggestions, feedback for us, do let us know. Our colleague Anjana has shared the email ID on which you can send your requirements, your feedback, your suggestions. We welcome that, and we'll try to improve based on your feedback and suggestions. Thank you so much.